So Holland moves over from his wing position. He'll take the draw as Hay moves over on the right wing. They'll switch back to their normal positions afterwards. Holland apparently a better face-off man. Garushi in the goal to our right, Colby in the goal to our left, and we're just about set to go here. And we're still waiting. Somebody moved. They've been very strict on face-offs in the tournament so far. And we've seen some interesting calls in the tournament so far.
Yes, we have.
Off the face-off, puck goes in on Colby, back in St. John's territory. Todd Seymour picking it up for the Irish. Craner trying to forecheck, dumps it down the ice. That'll be an icing call if it goes far enough. It does. There's the whistle. As they try to get Holland breaking out on the right side. The pass way in front of him, though. He didn't have a chance to catch up with it. And the face-off moves back in Irish territory. So we're underway here. No score in the hockey game. 0-0. The Craner line stays out there against the Hay line. Sidden and Feely are playing the points for Massena. And it's Seymour and Facette for the Irish. Face-off left side. Off the draw, back to the point. Big John Feely shovels it right on. Save made by Colby. First shot of the game. Sidden backhands right in front of the net. Tyo can't get the shot off. Seymour made a good play. He goes to Facette for St. John's. Facette's headman pass center ice. Sidden intercepts. Feeds it ahead for Tyo, right back in the zone. Tyo's drive is gloved by Colby. Off net, though. He leaves for Facette. Facette trying to clear the zone. Taken away by Johnson. Back to the point. Sidden keeps it in. Poke checked away from him. And it's out to center ice, controlled by the Irish. To the Massena blue line. Tyo feeding Jeff Johnson on the right wing. Here's Johnson across the blue line. Dumps it. It goes into the corner. St. John's end. Facette picking it up there for the Irish. Slides it out to center ice. Across the blue line into the Massena zone. Comes in behind the net. Thompson back after it against Jim Petty. Jim Petty and Thompson spar for it. It goes behind to Broderick. Broderick taken into the boards heavily by Parker. Fauché picks up the loose puck. Massena with a Convertini line out. Here comes Jeff Fauché for the Raiders down the left side. The big drive from center ice is gloved by Colby. He's going to hold on as Convertini coming in. And we'll have a face-off in the Irish end with 13:47 remaining in the first period. No score in the hockey game.
Massena doing a good job here early in the first period, controlling the puck. St. John's hasn't had much opportunity to carry the puck up the ice.
Broderick out there now with Jim Petty. And trying to see who's on that other wing. I think that's Cassidy. Off the face-off, puck goes back to the blue line. Adams trying to keep it in. It bounces over his glove. Adams comes back, whacks it in the zone. Back it goes, and the whistle blows. And Paris trying to clear the zone, but was already called an offside. And the face-off will move out near the red line. Broderick will take the face-off. John Wood is playing the other wing. It's Wood, Broderick, and Jim Petty. Off the face, Jim Petty picking it up. Convertini gets it away from him. We got a delay offsides, but it comes out to center ice. Fauché to Parker. Parker trying to slide it across the blue line. He's knocked off the puck. Jeff Gagnon with it. Feeds the Massena line right back into St. John's territory. Comes right in on Colby. He has to make the save. In behind the net, Gagnon trying to feed it over to Paris. Paris ahead along the boards. He gets knocked down but gets the puck loose. Gagnon feeding Broderick at the Massena blue line. Broderick takes it across offsides. And we'll have a face-off as Sidden gave Broderick a little love tap right there. And Broderick went down.
Between those two.
No. So with 13:12 left, still no score in the hockey game. Massena St. John's, we're in the first period. And we got the third lines out there now, as Comfort will be centering the third line for St. John's against Jake Morris. Morris, McCracken, and Bigelow. Here's the shot off the face-off from outside. It goes around the boards in the Massena zone. Bigelow picking it up. Along the boards, headman right on the stick of Morris. Across the blue line, trying to slide it through for Massena. And the puck goes free in the corner. Good job by Facette to tie Morris up. And St. John's dumps the puck down the ice. Is it going to go far enough for icing? They wave it off. Puck comes in behind the net. In behind St. John's, the Irish picking it up. Poke checked away by Bigelow. Now the puck slides along the boards. Back into the slot. Dumped into the corner by the Irish again. In behind the net. Back into the slot again. Comfort goes back to the point. Here's a drive by Seymour. Way wide into the corner. Bigelow will pick up the loose puck. Slide it out to center ice. Right back in the zone. We got an off. Should have been an offsides. But the official lost it as the puck was gloved by the goalie. Now the puck back to St. John's blue line. Over to Paris for St. John's. Parrish out to center ice. Tyo spinning around, picking it up. Massena's got that first line back out there. It comes behind to Gagnon. Gagnon, the defenseman for the Irish, moving it up along the boards. Craner trying to forecheck him. It comes back to the Massena blue line. Wood dumps it in the zone. In behind the net, Mike Adams picking it up from Massena. Adams feeding Jeff Johnson along the boards, not out, kept in at the point, and we have a whistle.
And
we got an elbow call
against St. John's.
I didn't really see that, Bob.
I didn't either. I just saw a little pushing against the boards, but I didn't see what caused the incident.
The penalty is going to go to Jeff Gagno as he goes off for elbowing, and Massena will go on the power play. So Massena with a first power play opportunity here. 11:52 left first period. Still no score. Crainer's line out there now. Tayo and Johnson on the wing. Sidden will be playing the point along with Mike Adams. And we've got Russell Holland out there along with Hay, Seymour, and Facette to try to kill it off for St. John's. Off the draw. Crainer picking up the loose puck. He's going to dump it. St. John's zone. It comes in on Colby. He leaves it behind the net for Facette. Facette trying to lift it. Kept in by Sidden. Sidden drops it. It goes to Johnson. Here's Jeff. Back to Crainer at the point. Crainer overskates, but Sidden's there. Here's Sidden. Goes to Johnson. Tayo now along the boards for Massena. Back to Sidden at the point to Crainer. Crainer over on the other side. Adams shot deflected wide. Around the boards it goes, and Crainer keeps it in. Into the slot it goes. Facette gets a piece of it. Dumps it out to center ice. Mike Adams now after it, circling in his own zone, feeds it back out, and is picked up by Jeff Petty, who's out there to kill. In behind the net now, Kevin Crainer picking up the loose puck. Crainer starts out, head man to Sidden. Sidden have a little problem with it along the blue line. Petty ties him up in front of the benches, but Tayo picks up the puck and dumps it in St. John's territory. 30 seconds left in the power play. Seymour, backhand to the blue line, kept in at the point. Crainer. Here's Kevin with a puck, shot right on. Colby makes the save into the glass. Johnson picks up the loose puck, wipes it around the boards for Massena. Sidden at the point, looking to move it back to Crainer. Crainer with a glove has it poked away. Here comes Petty, one-on-one on Adams. Petty, nice poke check by Adams, breaks it up. Petty picking up the puck, back to the point. The shot knocked down. Paris took that one and missed it. And it goes down to Johnson, goes by him. Icing will be called on Massena. Had Johnson been able to control that, he would have been in all by himself.
That was a good scoring opportunity for the Red Raiders. Massena did a good job that time of getting some shots on net. Tried to move the puck around the perimeter and take what St. John's would give them.
So we're down to 3 seconds left on the power play as Convertini's line comes out for Massena. Still no score in the hockey game. 0-0. Paris coming out to play the point along with Dwayne Bebo. Off the faceoff. Puck control by Fauché. Slides it ahead. Breakaway chance for Parker. Here comes Parker. Breaks away. Shot. Missed it. Fired it wide. Big breakaway. As Fauché fed him beautifully, Parker missed a breakaway. And it's still 0-0. He fired it wide. He had the goalie beat too. Puck bounces out to center ice. Fauché's back there to pick it up for Massena. Backhands it right back in the zone. Goes after it. Throws a hard check. There's going to be a penalty. And it's going to go against Massena as Fauché is going to get the gate.
And now I think St. John's is going to get a penalty here too, as Fauché was cross-struck right at the end of that play.
So Jeff Fauché gets the initial penalty, and I think we're going to see a penalty against the Irish of St. John's on Chad Cassidy. But let's wait and see. Yep, they got both boxes open. So the Irish could add a power play here, but Cassidy had to retaliate. So we got matching minors against Fauché and Cassidy. And they got another guy in the box too. We'll see what, if that is the case, then Massena's going to go on the power play. But let's wait and see what they put up on the board first. There goes Massena's penalty to Fauché, 1.5 minutes, and probably a charge perhaps, or boarding or something like that. Okay, also Paris picking up a penalty. And also Cassidy. Cassidy was the one that retaliated. Paris also picked up a penalty. So the net result is Massena's going to have a power play, 4-on-3. So the Raiders catching a break there, as initially it was just a penalty to Fauché off the faceoff. Here's Adams lugging it in the zone for Massena. Adams in behind the net, trying to swipe it back to the blue line. Comes to Tayo, back to Adams, poke checked away from him. Bouncing around, Tayo trying to pass it across, intercepted by Petty. Petty takes it out to center ice, has it taken away by Crainer. Here comes Kevin Craner across the blue line. Drops it to Tayo, offsides. As Tayo brought it across offside, and the faceoff will move back outside the zone. 9:32 left, first period, 0-0.
Some good movement out there now. So it's a 4-on-3 situation for Massena. And Craner and Tayo are getting their wheels moving.
Facette's out there along with Jim Petty and Seymour for St. John's. Off the faceoff, comes back in the corner. Seymour for St. John's. Adams trying to pick him up. Seymour dumps it down the ice. Massena will have to come back and regroup. Circling in behind the net is Chris Sidden. Sidden starts out left side. Takes it up along the blue line into the zone. He gets upended. Puck controlled out to center ice. Craner couldn't keep it in. And Massena has to come back again. This time Adams lugs it across. Adams in the corner, drops it to Craner. Craner shot knocked on, and the save made. Rebound, Sidden the drive. He fired it high. Puck goes in behind the net. Tayo from Massena picking up the loose puck, trying to slide it through. Puck gets knocked down. Tayo comes after it. Back to the Craner at the point. Craner circles, drops it through the middle. It's knocked down, and it's back out to center ice and down the ice as Craner spins around. 16 seconds and counting left in the penalties. So Massena with one more rush here. Here comes Craner leading the attack. Craner takes it across the blue line. Dipsy Doodles gets a shot off, fired it just wide. Puck around the boards. Sidden backhander right on. Colby makes the save. Penalties are up, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey with 8.5 left in the first period. Down the ice it goes. Icing will be the call against St. John's. They tried to break somebody free, and the icing call resulted when the pass did not connect. And the faceoff will move back into St. John's territory.
I thought Massena that time showed some good discipline on their power play. They were more patient, waited for the good shots.
Convertini's line coming out from Massena now. Convertini out there with Fauché and Parker. And it's going to be Hayes' line out there. Off the faceoff, puck comes back in behind the net. Jeff Gagnon with it for the Irish. Gagnon trying to move it up along the board. Steps by a check on Convertini. Here comes Gagnon lugging it himself. He's going to dump it deep in the Massena zone. Around the boards it goes. Chris Parker takes a whack at it. Can't control it. Comes in behind the net. Here's a shot knocked down in front. Parker again picking up the loose puck. Or Fauché rather. Out to center ice. Holland circles back the other way. Poke checked away from him by Thompson. Now Feely. In behind his net. Oh, nice pass. Over to Parker. Parker bounce pass. Doesn't get out of the zone. Here's Hay feeding it around behind the net for Holland. Holland in the corner. Fauché picking him up. Picks the puck away. And slides it out to center ice. Dumps right back in the zone. Around the boards it goes again. Thompson lugs. Center ice. Headman pass. Parker just deflects it in the zone as Massena making a line change in a moment here as the puck comes across the blue line and McCracken picks it up. We have the buzzer sounding. I don't know why, but here comes Massena's Bigelow. He breaks in the zone. Bigelow trying to get the backhander off. He can as Seymour broke it up and comes back the other way.
Beautiful pass by McCracken to Bigelow breaking out of the zone.
Here's Morris with a puck now. Headmans it down the ice. That's going to go for the icing. Right there. Nope, they wave it off. And the puck comes back in St. John's territory. The Irish clear it out to center ice. Sidden tomahawks it ahead. Goes to McCracken across the blue line. He fakes the shot, gets by the defense, now into the corner. McCracken feeds it around behind the net. It goes to Morris. Morris to Sidden, back to Morris. Goes by him. Seymour gets a whack at it, loses his stick. Oh, McCracken gave him a good shot, but Seymour fell on top of the puck and will have a face-off. 6:38 left, no score in the first period.
McCracken showing some good hustle on that line shift.
McCracken about a head shorter than Seymour.
He gives away at least 30 to 40 pounds against Seymour.
Raiders coming back out with a Craner line and Jim Petty's line. So we're going to see Dandro, the coach, said we may not see Craner's line against Jim Petty line, but the matching has gone all to heck.
Yep. Well, that might be good for Massena if they don't stick to their game plan. Massena does.
Face off left side of goaltender Jared Colby in the St. John's end. Kevin Craner will take the draw against Jim Petty. Jim Petty and Craner were co-players of the year this year. Back to Feely at the point. His shot changed direction a couple times, goes wide. Johnson to Tayo in the corner. Here's Jeff. Craner, his shot right on the save. Oh, and Johnson was waiting for the rebound, couldn't get the handle, and the puck slides out to center ice. John Feely there for Massena and dumps it in the zone. They're going to call icing on that, I guess. No, they wave it off. It could have been. as the puck comes back to the Massena blue line and in the zone. Feely and Jimpetti. Jimpetti throws a check. Feely gets the puck, moves it ahead. Here comes Massena. Kevin Craner across the blue line, swept away. Good defensive play made. Craner gets it back, trying to go to the point. Jimpetti picks it up, feeds it out to center ice. Here comes Broderick breaking in on Sidden. Broderick gets a shot off. He fired it wide. Puck goes around the boards, in behind the net. Controlled by neither team right now. Puck in the corner, back to the point. Facette shot goes wide. Jimpetti got a piece of that. Had to hurt a little bit, I would think, as the puck bounces down the ice and goes all the way back in St. John's territory. Facette picks it up. Shots on net favoring Massena 4-0. Here comes Massena again. Thompson across the blue line. The shot to save Colby. Thompson trying to pick it up. Seymour pokes it away from him for St. John. Seymour, long headman pass, is deflected down the ice. Adams after it in the Massena zone. Adams bangs it off the glass and follows it himself. Whoops, he overskated, but Thompson is there for Massena to pick it up, feed it out to center ice. Here's Parker, long headman pass to Fauché. Fauché can't quite catch up with it, has to take it off the boards behind the net. Gets by a check, throws a check. The puck slides free. It's picked up by Chris Hay for the Irish. Hay feeds it around the boards. Kept in at the point. Here's Adams' shot. The save made by Jared Colby. Puck along the boards in the corner. Convertini after it. He takes a whack at it. Picked up by Fauché. We have a whistle. What do we got? We got a penalty. And it's going to go against Massena.
I didn't even see that, Jerry.
It's going to be Jeff Fauché for tripping. So St. John's will go on the power play here with 4:52 left in the first period. Massena is tied. It's 0-0. Massena leading in shots on net 6-0. But on the scoreboard, it's 0-0. And the Massena penalty killers are going to have to come out there now and do a job. The Irish on the power play will send Jimpetti to the right side up front. Comfort will be centering. And I can't see who's on the other wing. We've got Facette and Seymour playing the points. Off the face-off, it comes to Facette in his own end. That's Broderick on the other side. Tayo out there to try to kill it along with Johnson. And Tayo steals the puck, dumps it down the ice. Also Sidden and Feely. Seymour with a puck now. Feeding it out along the boards. Headman pass intercepted. Sidden, his shot right on. But that's offsides as Massena had a man in the zone. Sidden took the shot from the red line. 1:10 left in the man advantage for St. John's. 4.5 left in the period. Still 0-0.
Tayo showing some good leadership out here in this man-down situation.
Tayo's probably the best penalty killer in the Northern Athletic Conference. Off the face-off, Sidden lofts it right on, and Colby has to make another save. Facette picking up the puck now. Starts it out. Long down court pass or down ice pass. They waved no, they did call the icing. These officials are hard to read again.
They got to get their signals together here.
So icing is the call, and the face-off will move back in Irish territory. Still 0-0 with 4:18 left in the first period. Massena's had some good opportunities. As of yet, have been unable to solve Jared Colby. St. John's has gotten some shots off, but not on net yet. Off the face-off, puck sitting, and it's dumped out to center ice. Down in the Massena zone, racing for it, Hay along with Sidden. Puck goes along the board. Sidden and Hay jam for it. Comes in behind the net. Centering pass right in front to the slot. Here's the shot. Score! And that's going to be the defenseman, Jay Paris, getting the goal as kind of a busted play there as the puck came out in the slot. Paris breaking in, and the Irish score a power play goal. Their first shot on net is a goal. And it's 1-0.
That time Massena got bunched up in the corner, and Ferris came in from the pass from behind the net, Massena's net, and he just one-timed it. DeRushy really didn't have a chance.
So St. John's, after Massena pretty much controlled the first half of this first period, the Irish get a power play and they score. And it's 1-0 for St. John's, a power play goal. Bebo picked up one assist, and I think the other assist was Holland. So the goal goes to Jay Paris from Holland and Bebo. And off the face-off, there's some kind of buzzing going on, and I'm not sure what happened. They'll have to do it all over again. So St. John's draws first blood here with a power play goal. That coming at the, 11:08. No, check that. 11:57 mark of the period. Or 10:57 mark of the period.
kind of a bad break for Massena as they just went into a little lull there and got sloppy in their own end. St. John's comes up with a goal.
Their first shot on goal.
Yep.
The Irish score. Okay. Holland will take the face-off against Craner. We're still waiting for something. I'm not sure what. Now we're ready to draw. Off the face-off. Puck controlled by St. John's. And it goes along the boards. It's backhanded into the Massena zone. Holland and Tayo in the corner. Holland tries to center it. Craner intercepts. Slides it out to Johnson. Here comes Johnson in on the off wing. Gets a shot on, and Colby gloves it and drops it behind the net. Back comes St. John's out to center ice. Into the Massena zone. Racing for it. Wood, the shot knocked down in front. And Thompson picks it up as Adams did a good job that time.
Nice play by Adams to break up that.
Back to the point, kept in there, goes in the corner. Thompson again for Massena, feeding it around the boards. Duffy after it there, back to the point. Here's a shot by Seymour, way wide. Puck in the corner, Jim Petty, and Adams jam. Jim Petty trying a short side shot. It comes into the slot. Here's Jim Petty going back to the point. Paris turns around, gets a weak shot right in front. It's fired just wide by Seymour, or Broderick, as nobody picked him up. Now the puck knocked down. Here's another shot. Goes wide into the corner. St. John's buzzing. Finally, Craner picks it up and gets it out to center ice. So now the St. John's Irish have to regroup. Here's Paris feeding it around the boards. Thompson can't get it out of there. Kept in. Here's a shot in the corner. Goes wide. Still in the zone of Massena. Adams comes over and bounces it down into St. John's territory. Is that going to go far enough for icing? Yep. Icing the call. And the faceoff will move back into Massena's zone with 2:39 left in the first period. And St. John's leading it 1-0.
St. John's got Massena running around right now on their own end, and they just have to settle down and play position and move those people out of the front of the net.
Okay, we've got Comfort out there, along with Bebo. And I'm not sure who the other winger is. I think that's Cassidy on the other wing. And Massena coming out with a Jake Morris line. Morris out there with Bigelow and McCracken. Off the face-off, puck in the slot, bounces back to the blue line. Kept in there by Gagnon. In behind the net, bouncing around, Bebo trying to feed it over to Cassidy, taken away by McCracken. McCracken poke checks it, but not out of there. The puck goes back in the corner. After it is Feely. Feely looks to tie it up, has it poked away. McCracken, we have a whistle. And what's the whistle? A holding call. And I think, who is it on? Is it going to be on Feely? So the Irish will pick up another power play here with 2:17 left in period number 1. And the Irish lead it 1-0. So Massena has to kill this power play. Feely goes for holding. And he's in the box now. See, we've got Kevin Craner out there along with Jeff Tayo, Adams, and Sidden. Coming out for the Irish, Holland, Bebo, Hay, along with Seymour and Facette. 1-0 St. John's, 2:17 left. Off the faceoff, puck goes in behind the net. Mike Adams picking it up, waiting, finds the hole, and boy, he lifts it down the ice. Coming back is Seymour to pick it up. Seymour in behind his own net. Starts out now. Here's Seymour, goes to Hay. Hay out, long left wing pass to Facette. Facette across the blue line, trying to center it, knocked down by Craner. Craner has it poked away, and DeRushy feeds it into the corner. Sidden picks up the loose puck, lifts it high over everybody, and down the ice it goes. Colby, the goalie, now leaves it for Seymour. Seymour goes over to Facette. 50 seconds left in the power play. Minute and a half in the period. Here's Big Facette in behind the net. Facette trying to center it, hits the side of the net, goes free behind again. Jim Petty after it, picking it up in the corner right side. Here's Jim Petty back to the point. Seymour, the drive, the save, the rebound, just wide.
Nice save by DeRushy.
Big save by DeRushy. Goes back to Facette at the point. Here's Facette with it. Goes over to Seymour. Seymour just dumps it in the corner. In behind the net now. It's controlled by Jim Petty. Jim Petty gets by a check. Drops it in behind the net. Back to the point. Here's Seymour, the drive. Score!
DeRushy was screened on that play. Massena's just not moving them out of the front of the net. St. John's flooded the front of the net that time. They had 3 guys standing there in the crease.
So Todd Seymour will get the goal, and the Raiders have given up 2 power play goals here. St. John's has only had 3 shots on net, and they've scored on 2 of them. So Todd Seymour gets the goal unassisted. And St. John's goes ahead 2-0, and Massena's got to really regroup, and they got to stay out of the penalty box.
Yes, they do. They're going to have to keep their heads up. Let's play smart hockey.
So they want to dig themselves any deeper a hole than this.
Now this is going to be deep enough.
Off the face-off, puck back to the blue line. Thompson, Adams. Adams headman for Massena, goes into St. John's zone. Fauché after it for the Raiders in behind the net. He and Paris jam. Fauché trying to tie him up. Paris and Fauché, they still jam for it. Puck squirts free. Broderick. Now Convertini comes and picks up the loose puck. Centering it right in front. Shot just wide by Parker as he got pretty well tied up.
St. John's is going to have a penalty on them.
Broderick is going to pick up a call, I believe, as he and Fauché.
Yep, holding.
Interference the call.
Well, he wrestled Fauché down to the ice in the corner.
So Massena will go on the power play here with 39 seconds left in the period, trailing 2-0. The Irish really haven't done much except score the 2 goals on the power play. But that's enough. Interference the call on Broderick. And so Massena will go on the power play here, and they'll have the face-off in the Irish end. 2-0.
Excuse me.
Go ahead. 2-0 Irish leading here in the first period.
Massena's going to have to play them even strength if they want to get back into this game. They can't take these bad penalties and go to the box.
Okay, Massena will be on the power play. Convertini will take the face-off. Convertini out there with Parker and Fauché. Adams and Thompson at the points. Off the face-off, puck around the boards, out to center ice. Holland. Holland gets by 1 for St. John's. His big drive, save made by DeRushy. Puck bounces, picked up by Holland again. Centering pass knocked down in front. Slides out to center ice. Dumped right back in by Facette. Goes along the glass in the corner. Thompson. Thompson, headman. Goes back to the St. John's blue line. Seymour dumps it right back in the zone. Adams has it poked away, but Thompson is there to feed it out to center ice. Convertini across the blue line now. Parker. Parker along the boards through traffic has it taken away. Back out to center ice. Here's Seymour's shot, and it's wide as the buzzer sounds. So the Irish will go to the locker room after a period leading it 2-0, although Massena really outshot the Irish. 7-4 it ended up. But I'll tell you what, 2 power play goals by the Irish, the difference.
As you were saying before,
Comes at the point for Massena, and he lugs it across the red line, dumps it in the Irish zone. Seymour after it there for St. John's. Seymour has problem with a bouncing puck. Puck comes along the boards. Adams pinches in, gets a piece of it. Comes free. Tayo after, now gets back in the corner. Johnson and Seymour. And the puck still apparently free. It comes to Facette. He finds the crowd, is what he finds. And the face-off will come back in St. John's territory as the puck went off the ice surface. 28 seconds left in the Massena man advantage. The face-off in St. John's end, right where they want it to be. And Holland will step into the circle against Craner. Off the draw. Puck goes in the corner. Tile back to the point. Sidden. Oh, he lost it. Comes out to center ice. Craner drops it to Sidden. Chris steps it across the blue line. Feeds a pass to himself in the corner. Chases it down. Throws a check on Seymour. Puck comes free. Johnson picking it up. Johnson around the boards it goes. Here's Tile. Tile has it poke checked away by Seymour. And Seymour dumps it down the ice. And that'll take care of the penalty right there. So puck comes around the boards. We're going to have a penalty on Mike Adams. St. John's controls it. It was Holland who had the puck. Back to the point. Here's Facette, the drive. And the puck knocked down in front. And there's a net off its moorings as one of the St. John's players gets knocked into the net. But there's going to be a hooking call on Adams, which precipitated the whole thing. And so St. John's going back on the power play. Massena back in the penalty box.
This is not what Massena needed early in the second period.
Absolutely not. A hooking call against Adams. So St. John's, who's 2 for 2 on the power play, goes on another one here. Let's see, we've got Parker out there, along with Fauché, Feely, and Thompson to try to kill it off. And on the power play, Jim Petty comes out there. Holland, no, Bebo, Holland, and Hay up front. Paris and Gagnon at the blue line. Face off right side. Off the draw, back to the point. Gagnon over on the other side. Paris, his shot goes wide around the boards. Back to the point. Hay with it. Hay holds on to it, now moves it in. Hay trying to slide it right on. The save made by DeRushy. The puck slot, and it's just wide again. Comes in behind the net. We have a whistle. Man in the crease. Was that what they called? Yep.
Yes, I believe that's what it was.
St. John's with a good opportunity right there. Massena having trouble clearing the zone. So the faceoff does move outside. Parker and Fauché stay out there. Now there's former Irish head coach Gary Ryan. Wonder what Ryan is thinking right now. He's probably happy for the Irish, I imagine. They're leading 2-0, and they're on the power play. 1:12 left in the penalty to Adams. Off the faceoff, back in St. John's territory. Gagnon, the defenseman, lugs back to pick it up. Here's Gagnon starting out right side. Parker trying to forecheck. Gagnon feeds it ahead. The Irish take it across into the Massena zone. Offside's the call. And again, kind of a late call there. But it gets it outside the zone. And so the faceoff will come there with 57 seconds left in the man advantage. 13:24 left in the period. St. John so far with the only shot on net in the second period. Massena had pretty much controlled the game until the 2 power play goals. Parker and Fauché stay out there. Comfort will take the draw now. Broderick playing one wing along with Jim Petty. Off the draw, the puck back in the Massena zone. Sidden whacks at it all the way around the boards. Kept in at the point by Paris. Paris trying to feed it through. Now Facette right in front, shot deflected in. And St. John's goes up 3-0 as Comfort will get the goal on the deflection.
Again that time, Massena didn't pick up the men in front of the net. Comfort's hanging right there on the post and bangs home the rebound.
So Massena gives up their 3rd power play goal in the game and trail 3-0 now. See what the official. Curtis Comfort getting the goal. Jim Petty getting 1 goal, assist. And Facette the other. So it's Comfort from Jim Petty and Facette. And St. John's leads it 3-0. And now Massena really is in a hole, a deep one. And they got to start playing hockey here. And they got to stay out of the penalty box. Puck to the blue line. Comes in the Massena zone. Here comes Broderick. Trying to move it through. Knocked off the puck. Fauché picks it up. Headman to Parker. Parker down on the wing, trying to get by the defense. Seymour, Parker gets knocked down. The puck comes in behind the net, and Parker's down on the ice, getting up very slowly. But it's Giampetti controlling the puck. Here comes Giampetti out to center ice, deflected off his stick. The puck controlled by the Irish as they dump it in the Massena zone. Comes in behind the net. Around the boards it goes. McCracken. Massena making a line change here. Pinching in is Paris. He's taken out of the play by Feely. Puck around the boards. Giampetti back to the point. Knocked through. Giampetti in the slot. His shot. Glove save by DeRushy.
Nice save by DeRushy that time.
Giampetti had the puck in the slot and nobody in front of him. He got the quick wrist shot off. But DeRushy made the glove save that time and held on for the faceoff. Massena running around now, not really controlling the play at all.
They're really going to have to discipline themselves and play their position if they want to get back into this game.
Jake Morris's line out there now as Massena completes the line change. Morris, McCracken, and Bigelow. Sidden and Feely. Out there, Russ Holland to take the faceoff. Holland out there with Duffy and Hay. Off the draw, Sidden with it. Into the boards. Now Holland takes it away in behind the net. Here's Holland trying to center it. Knocked down, bounces in the slot. Holland's got it. It's poked away. He can't get the shot off. Holland again taken out of the play. Sidden comes up with a loose puck. Nice check by Bigelow. Sidden feeds for McCracken. Knocked down by Paris. Puck in the slot. Bouncing, controlled by Bigelow. Bigelow. Headman pass meant for Morris. Goes by him. Goes back in the St. John's end. Here's Gagnon. Gagnon feeding it ahead. Down the ice it goes. That's going to be an icing call. No, they wave it off. Feely picks up the puck. Starts back the other way. Here's Feely from Massena. Has a little problem with it. Slides it, but doesn't get it out. Now Sidden takes a whack at it. Comes to center ice. St. John's blue line. Dump back to the Massena blue line. Picked up Bigelow across. Here's Bigelow. Drop pass. McCracken. Quick shot. Save the rebound. Bigelow can't get it off. They jam for it in front. It's cleared, and it comes back to the blue line. Holland gets it out. We got a 2-on-1. Thompson takes a poke check. Offsides will be called on St. John's, as Thompson did a good job to get back. Massena, another good chance they failed to score on.
Good hustle by that third line, Massena's checking line, trying to make something happen out there. McCracken and Jake Morris showing some good hustle.
Well, the Kevin Craner line coming out now, and they've got to make something happen here. This is a line that's been doing it all year for Massena, and they're going to have to do it here now. 11:16 left in the second period. St. John's leading Massena 3-0. Face-off just outside the Massena line. Off the face-off, puck sits there, still sits there. Craner takes a whack at it, comes to Tile, poke checked away. Here's a shot by Bebo, knocked down. Adams feeding it over to Thompson. Thompson starting it ahead for Johnson. Goes by him all the way down the ice. They're going to call icing on that one and move it back in the Massena zone for the face-off with 11 minutes left to go in the second period. 3-0, St. John's leading, and Massena really disorganized right now.
Yes, they are, Jerry. These seniors here are going to have to show some leadership, settle the club down, and get them going in the right direction.
St. John's pretty confident. They got their third line out against the Massena first line right now. Off the face-off, it comes to Thompson from Massena. In behind the net. Feeds it around the glass. Puck controlled. Bebo rather, trying to get it in front. Knocked down into the corner. And Johnson picks up the loose puck. Head man out to center ice. Intercepted right back to the Massena blue line. Adams goes after it. Michael starts back. Hits Tayo. Tayo trying to feed Johnson. Intercepted back in the Massena zone. Good play made there by John Wood. Giampetti back out on the ice. He comes up with it. We have a whistle as the net's knocked off its moorings. And the faceoff will come in the Massena zone. St. John's leading 3-0. 10:29 remaining to play here in period number 2. Massena coming back out with a Convertini line now. And the faceoff will be in the Massena zone to the left of goaltender Bruce DeRushy. Broderick will take the draw. Back to the point. It comes out to center ice. Paris for St. John's. Bounces it back in. Delay off sides, but the Irish clear the zone. Thompson picks up the puck. Shovels it around the boards. Fauché gets railed, but Convertini picks up the loose puck. Trying to clear the zone. Here comes Convertini. Across the blue line to Fauché. Offsides the call, or Parker rather. And the faceoff moves back outside the zone. 3-0. St. John's leading 10-10 remaining in the second period. This time it's going to have to be Massena to come back here if they want to get back in this hockey game.
They're going to have to do something soon if they want to pick up their momentum. The team looks awful flat right now.
Broderick against Convertini off the draw. Back in the Irish zone. They clear it out to center ice. Comes to the Massena blue line. Poke checked in by John Wood. Feely with it. Feeding around to Parker. Parker trying to headman. Knocked down in front. Here's Giampetti. Poked away from him. The last minute out to center ice. Right back to the Massena blue line. Offsides called. And the faceoff will come out again. 9:50 left. Period number 2. 3-0 St. John's. And the Morris line coming back out. Coming out will be Holland's line for St. John's. Holland, Hay, and Duffy. Off the face. Puck goes along the Massena blue line. Bigelow gets ridden into the boards. Backhanded back to the Massena blue line. Adams takes a whack at it. Goes to Thompson, right side of the goalie. Thompson gets tied up. McCracken comes back to head it out. Moves it along the boards. They jam for it. Puck poked free. McCracken looking for Bigelow. Knocked away by Facette. And it goes up into the penalty box. And the faceoff will come out at center ice. So after the third St. John's goal, not a whole heck of a lot of anything has happened.
Now, both teams have really slowed down the pace.
Jeff Johnson will come over to, well, wait a minute here. No, we're going to have a line change. The Craner line comes out from Massena. And we're ready for the face-off, just outside Massena territory. Off the draw, puck comes back to Thompson. Thompson, bounce pass, meant for Craner, knocked down. Craner comes back for it, shovels it in St. John's territory. Hay picks it up. Hay out to center ice. He gets railed. Now he picks it up again. Across the blue line, drop pass goes to Duffy. Duffy has it poke checked away by Craner, back checking. He and Craner go after it in the corner. Now it comes free behind Holland and Adams. Puck sits there, and Duffy tries to center it, knocked down by Johnson. Johnson breaks out from Massena. Here comes Johnson across the right wing in the zone. Johnson in behind the net, centering pass, score, Craner!
Beautiful pass by Johnson out in front of Craner.
Johnson came in on the right wing, and a perfect pass to Kevin Craner right across the goal mouth. And Craner just poked it home, and Massena has finally gotten on the scoreboard here with 8:54 left in the second period. So Kevin Craner gets the goal. Jeff Johnson will pick up one assist. Let's see. Craner getting the goal. Johnson the assist. That's it. Big goal for Massena. Now they trail just by 2. Now they got to keep it going here. Off the face-off, the Morris line out there comes to Sidden in his own end. Sidden's long headman pass goes to Feely. Poke checked away from him in behind the net. Sidden, back pass around the boards for Bigelow. Bigelow moves it up. Headman, almost got it to Morris. Knocked down, and it's back out to center ice. McCracken, Scotty with it along the boards. Picked up there by Gagnon. He knocks it down, feeds it over on the other side. Paris up along the boards again, comes into the Massena zone. Here's an opportunity, but Jake Morris doing a good job back checking, ties the puck up. Back to the point. Paris shot, deflected wide. Feely after it there. He can't catch up with it. Comes along the boards. Feely looking to tie. Controls the puck now, trying to move it out. Kept in, pinching in is Comfort. They jam for it. McCracken with it. McCracken lifts it up, goes up into the stands apparently. And the faceoff will come in the Massena zone with 8:05 left to go in the second period. St. John's leading Massena 3-1. Let's see if that goal can light a fire under Massena here. If they can get one more goal, get back in this hockey game.
Well, even on that last shift, that third line doing a good job back checking. They're not letting St. John's get in on the net to get any more shots on Durushi.
Okay, Broderick coming out there now with Giampetti. And John Wood. Convertini's line from Massena off the faceoff. Puck sits in the circle, controlled by the Raiders. Here comes Sidden. Headman pass. Convertini, backhand pass across the blue line. Convertini waited too long to get the pass off, and offsides will be called as Fauché had gone across the blue line. So the faceoff will move out to the red line where the pass initiated from. And we'll face it off again. 3-1 the score. St. John's leading by a couple. Massena trying to claw their way back into the hockey game. We're just almost to the halfway point. Off the faceoff, Giampetti across the blue line, has it poked away, and it's back to Fauché. Jeffrey starts down the left wing. Across the blue line, the big drive high over the net. Puck goes in the corner. Parker after it there. Parker jams for it with a defenseman, Holland, or I should say Seymour. Parker trying to win that battle, but it comes along the boards out to center ice. Long headman pass. Sidden knocks it down. Fauché across the blue line. He's sandwiched. Giampetti picks up the puck. His pass goes to Seymour. Seymour sends it down ice. Here's Broderick. Broderick taken into the boards by Feely, and it's Convertini picking up the puck. Convertini's pass intercepted. Here's a shot. Big save by Durushi. He holds on. And Giampetti, his momentum carried him right into Durushi, and Sidden was right on top of him. But Durushi held on. Bad pass by Convertini that time.
Yeah, not a good look by Convertini to give up that pass right there in the slot. St. John's player all alone.
And that's Giampetti, who can put the puck in the net.
Durushi came up big. Nice save by Durushi on that.
Faceoff will move outside the zone. Why, I'm not sure. Man in the crease, I guess. Now, Giampetti definitely was checked into the crease, so, well, okay. Craner's line out there now. Kevin Craner with a lone Massena goal thus far. Off the faceoff back in St. John's territory. Gagnon feeding it over to Paris. Paris lifts it out to center ice. Controlled by Johnson to Craner. Craner gets checked into the boards trying to come after it, but Gagnon picks up the puck. in behind his own net for the Irish. Gagnon circles. Craner goes after him. Gagnon now starts out right side. Has it bounced ahead. Kept in by Thompson at the point, or did he? No, Massena's going to have to clear the zone. They did. Now St. John's out to the Massena blue line. Mike Adams over to Thompson. Thompson, headman, right on the stick of Craner. Craner takes it across. He's tiled the shot. Glove saved by Colby. Falls on top of it. And he had a little problem with it. And a little pushing and shoving after the whistle there. I don't know if there's going to be any penalties or not. And Colby is down on the bottom of the pile, getting up after making a pretty good save.
Yeah, Massena's trying to fight their way back here. The momentum's picking up for them. And that was good passing there and a good shot by Tayo.
Faceoff will come to the left of goaltender Jared Colby in the St. John's end. Colby's okay. And the Craner line stays out there for Massena. Chris Hay will take the faceoff. Hay out there with Duffy and Holland. Faceoff left side. St. John's Irish end. 3-1, St. John's leading. 6:34 left in the second period. Still waiting for them to drop the puck. Apparently they're not happy where everybody's situated. Off the faceoff. Back to the point. Thompson shot. Kick save. I'm not sure if that was wide or not. But he made the save. The puck comes back to Craner. At the point. Kicked away. We got a 2-on-1 for the Irish. Across the blue line. Here's an opportunity. Shot. Save made by DeRushy on Holland. Holland taken to the boards by Craner as the net's off its moorings. And Massena did a good job to get back that time.
Yes, they did. DeRushy came out and cut off the angle. And I believe it was...
Who's that?
Number
Holland?
2 for Massena.
Oh, Tim Thompson coming back, yeah. Holland was the man that came in.
To break up that 2-on-1.
He did make the shot, get the shot off, but DeRushy made the save. So now the faceoff will be in the Massena zone with 6:18 left in the second period. And the scoreboard reading 3-1 for the Irish. Massena coming out with the third line again. And the Irish, I believe, will come out with their third line as well, the Comfort line. Comfort out there with Cassidy and Bebo. Off the faceoff, puck sits in the circle. Here's a chance right in front, shot save. Weak shot taken by Cassidy, as he really didn't have a chance to get good wood on it. But he did get a shot off, and DeRushy made the save. So still 3-1 for the Irish. Again, Comfort and Morris will draw. Faceoff right side in the Massena zone. Off the faceoff, puck back to the point. Facette can't control it, jumps out to center ice. Here's Facette dumping it back in the corner. St. John's tagging up as Mike Adams picks it up. Adams, back pass, goes to Bigelow. Bigelow has it poked away. Adams follows up. Circles back behind the net, now circles the other way. Headman out to center ice. Facette again at his own blue line for the Irish. Facette feeding it over on the other side to the Massena blue line. Morris backs, picks it up, drops it to Thompson. Thompson to Adams. Adams, the headman to Bigelow, and Massena breaks it out again. Long right wing pass goes to McCracken. McCracken centers it for Morris. He's taken out of the play, and the Irish come back the other way. Here comes St. John's along the boards. Knocked down in front, comes into the zone. McCracken. He kind of lost it, but shovels it down the ice. They wave it off as St. John's touched it on the way through, and the puck comes in behind the net. Massena makes a change, getting the Convertini line out. St. John's trying a long pass. It's broken up by Parker. Parker circles, takes it across the blue line. Here's Parker, has it poke checked away. A sweep check by Convertini, moves it in the corner, but the Irish break it out of there. Here comes a foot race, and a big chance, the shot. DeRushy makes the save. Where is it? Goes in behind the net. He didn't even see it.
Well, the puck bounced up in the air over his head. DeRushy didn't know where it was.
Okay, and we got an injured player down on the ice, and the whistle blows. And who is that?
Fauché is down.
Fauché got railed. But you know what? This is a TV timeout. The whistle blew. The faceoff will be in the Massena zone. And Coach Timmy Moore being helped out on the ice by Jeff Tayo as Jeff Fauché is still down there. The score reads 3-1 for the Irish with 4:55 left in the second period. Jeff Fauché still down on the ice. And now they're Tim Long still back to the point. The shot goes into the corner. The Irish controlling the puck in the Massena zone. Goes right across the goal mouth. Nobody there for the Irish. Puck back to the point again. Here's a shot knocked down by Tayo. Jeffrey blocks it, picks it up, breaks into the zone, but he's 1-on-2. And the puck taken away by Seymour. Seymour trying to move it along the boards. Tayo stops it. Johnson picks it up. Jeffrey feeding Tayo. Bounces over his stick, goes back to the point. Sidden keeps it in, bounces it back to Tayo in the corner. Massena in the St. John zone now. Johnson right in front. Craner, he can't get the shot off. It's cleared back to the blue line, out to center ice. We're going to have a penalty. And it's going to be an elbow call against Sidden, I believe. Yep.
Well, that was a questionable call, I think. I thought Sidden did a good job of standing the guy up at the blue line.
So now St. John's goes on the power play. They've got they're 3 for 3 on the power play tonight. Tayo and Johnson come out to try to kill it off.
Massena's going to have to buckle down here. They want to stay in the game.
They cannot afford to give up another power play goal. Off the faceoff, back to the red line. St. John's just dumps it in the Massena zone. Around the boards, Broderick after it. Here's Broderick. Back to Facette. Facette to Seymour. His drive through traffic, knocked down, goes wide into the corner. Giampetti picks it up. Giampetti back to the point again. Seymour back to Giampetti at the 45. Across to Facette. His shot knocked down. Johnson picks up the puck and dumps it down the ice. And I'm not sure if Facette kind of misfired on that or something.
Yeah, he fanned on that altogether, I think.
Okay, here come the Irish again. Out to center ice. Broderick, poke checked away from him. Puck bouncing around. Back into the blue line. Back to the Massena blue line. In the zone. Hard check thrown there. Tile picks it up. Finds the hole. Dumps it. Comes back out. Back in. Thompson. Headman to Johnson. Johnson breaks across the blue line. He gets railed by Facette. And St. John Seymour picking up the puck. Massena crowd calling for a penalty there. Puck down the ice again. Shot right on. Colby has to make a save on Thompson. We got a penalty. Jeff Johnson's going to get called for cross-checking. So Johnson goes off for cross-checking. Massena's got to kill a two-man disadvantage for 28 seconds. That was a retaliation call, completely. And not a very smart play at all.
Facette dropped Johnson at the blue line, and then Johnson went back after one of the other players.
So now Massena really with their back against the wall here. Trailing 3-1. They got a two-man disadvantage for 28 seconds. So the Raiders have to bear down here. They got to kill off these penalties. Penalties, really, that's been the difference in this hockey game. Okay, we've got Adams, Feely, and Tayo coming out from Massena. And they got to kill off 28 seconds of two-man disadvantage. Off the faceoff, goes back into St. John's zone. Gagnon feeding it over to Chris Hay. Hay back to Gagnon. Down the ice it comes. Into the Massena zone. Gagnon. He stops, trying to center it right in the slot. Feely knocks it down, back to the blue line. Here's Paris over to Hay in the slot. His drive, save, the rebound, another save, and DeRushy's on top of it, holds on for the faceoff. And DeRushy gets up off the bottom of the pile that time, and we're down to 5 seconds in the first penalty. So Massena dodged a bullet right there. And they'll make a change here. Faucher's coming back out. He's okay. That's good news for Massena.
Can't afford to lose him now.
No, I guess not. 5 seconds left in the first penalty. 1:07 in the penalty to Johnson. Sidden is waiting to come back on. Massena's got to win this faceoff, get it down the ice. Off the draw, back to the point it comes. Paris feeding it to Hay. Hay back to Paris. Sidden's back. Back to Hay in the corner. Goes by him. Back to Hay again. Massena's got a man back. Back to the point. Here's Paris. Shot through traffic. Goes wide. The rebound. Knocked into the corner. Faucher with it. Picking up the loose puck. Trying to lug it out. Comes right in front. Poke check goes by into the corner. Back to the point it comes to Hay. Hay to Paris. His shot knocked down. We have a whistle and a man in the crease, I believe. Yep, that's what it is. And a St. John's player involved is real unhappy about that call. That's Holland, and he is really mad. We're down to 40 seconds left in the penalty to Jeff Johnson. 2:26 in the second period. St. John's leading Massena 3-1. 2-0 St. John's lead. Both teams have scored a goal here in the second period. The Raiders have got to kill off the rest of this penalty. Chris Parker coming out now along with Faucher, Sidden, and Adams. Comfort out there centering the power play unit. Off the faceoff, comes in the Massena zone. Adams waiting for it, gets it, bounces it up into the St. John's bench. And the faceoff will come outside the zone. Apparently St. John's must have deflected it. And we're down to 31 seconds left in the penalty. Okay, Parker will take the faceoff against Comfort. Off the draw. Puck sits at the red line. Broderick picks it up for the Irish. Broderick just inside the blue line, trying to slide it through. Puck slides through, and finally it's picked up by Massena. Facette keeps it in. His shot knocked down. Comfort can't get it off. Back to the other point. Here's a shot, goes wide. Into the corner, behind the net, bouncing back to Facette. Facette in the slot. Here's the shot, knocked down by a sprawling defenseman, Adams. And he's partially hurt on that a little bit, but he gets up anyway. In behind the net it comes. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. The bouncing puck comes into the circle. Back to the point. Massena gets a man back. Here's Facette. His shot knocked down off Sidden's skate, and he bounces it. Not out of there. Here's Broderick. Centering pass. Jim Petty in front. Poke checked away. Johnson. He breaks back the other way. He's got Fauché. Feeds him. Here comes Fauché trying to catch the puck. Gets a shot off right across the goal mouth. And Giampetti comes back with the puck the other way. St. John's trying to break back. Here come the Irish. Giampetti. He gets knocked off the puck. Puck control by Sidden.
Nice hit by Adams.
Sidden ahead. It goes to Fauché. Jeffrey across the blue line. Right in front. Here's a shot. Knocked down. They jam at it. Fauché takes a whack at it. Shot. Save made by Colby. Puck in the corner. They jam for it. Comes back to the blue line. The Irish try to clear it, and it's out to center ice, but Craner picks it up. Less than a minute to play in the period. Craner across the blue line. Quick wrist shot knocked down. The rebound, Tayo. Tayo in the slot. His shot knocked down again by the defense. And the puck comes out to center ice. Sidden after it there. Sidden dumps it back in the zone. Facette trying to ice it. It's kept in the point. Here's a shot taken by Sidden. Knocked down the rebound. Craner takes a whack at it. He missed it completely. Puck goes in the corner. Tayo looking to tie it up, and he does. And we'll have a face-off in the St. John's end. All of a sudden, Massena's come alive here.
And none too soon either.
I guess so. We're down to under a minute left to play here in the period. 3-1 the score, St. John's. The face-off will be in the Irish end.
Had some good opportunities in that last minute.
After they killed off the penalty, Massena really put on a turn of speed there and started pressuring the Irish. But so far, Colby's been equal to the task. The shots on net are almost even in this game. But the scoreboard reads 3-1 for St. John's. Off the faceoff. Back to the point. Thompson, the drive, knocked down. It goes just wide. Now Parker in the corner, trying to center it behind the net. Craner throws a check. The puck squirts to Parker. Has it knocked away by Gagnon. Bounce pass back to the blue line. Comes to Tayo. His shot in front. Paris dumps it down the ice. That'll be an icing call against St. John's. And the faceoff again will occur in the Irish zone with 18 seconds remaining to play in the second period. St. John's leading Massena 3-1. The Raiders trying to claw their way back into the hockey game.
Massena has just enough time here with 18 seconds left to get a shot on net. Try to get a goal before the end of the period.
Okay, what do we have here? Craner is going to stay out there with Johnson and Tayo, Adams and Sidden. Coming out will be Broderick, Jimpetti, and Wood. Jimpetti's going to take the face-off against Craner. Off the face, puck sits in the circle, controlled by the Irish out to center ice. Here comes Holland. Adams trying to take him out of the play. Holland gets by. Sidden loses it in front. Here's a shot. Wide. Oh, big chance for the Irish there. Giampetti picks it up with 6 seconds left. In behind the net, there's going to be a penalty. And going to be a slash on the goalie. Rushy's going to get called for slashing.
Well, Holland for St. John's was holding Drushy in the crease. Drushy trying to push him away and used his stick a little bit. Patted him in the behind. But I don't think that should have been a penalty.
Okay, there's going to be a penalty against Brewster Rushy with 1 second left in the period. So somebody's going to have to serve it. Somebody was out there, I think. And we're still waiting for somebody to go over there. Faceoff will be in the Massena zone with 1 second left. Holland will take the draw. Johnson's going to serve it. Okay, face off to the right of Durashi. 3-1, St. John's leading. Massena trying to kill off another penalty. Off the face-off, the buzzer sounds, and the period is over. So both teams scoring a goal in that second period, so the margin is still 2 for the Irish of St. John's. It's 3-1 after 2 periods of play, but Massena will come out shorthanded. Yep.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, we're about ready to start here. Comfort will be centering the power play unit off the draw. The Irish control it. Broderick drops it to Seymour in his own end. Trying to move it out to center ice. It goes to Jim Petty. His pass intercepted, knocked down, picked up by Massena. Tayo into the zone. Here comes Tayo making a good move. Can't get the shot off, though. Comes back to the blue line. Crater's shot knocked down by a high stick. But they don't call it on St. John's. And Craner throws the check. The puck comes free to Feely. He dumps it back to the blue line. Here comes Craner in the zone. Backhander, save made by Colby. The rebound, Craner can't get a stick on it. Comes to Sidden. Sidden shot knocked down. And the Irish break back the other way. Here comes Giampetti in on Feely. Giampetti gets a shot. No, he doesn't. Feely took him out of the play. The puck comes free around the boards. Massena with a couple of good chances, short-handed, but so far no good. Here comes the pass to Feely. Feely trying to dump it down the ice. He hits Sidden in the back of the skate. Now he dumps it and gets it back in on Colby, and Colby leaves it in behind. We're down to 30 seconds left in the power play. Here comes St. John's, center ice, into the Massena zone, stolen away by Adams. Bounce pass to Fauché. Is Fauché out there now? He feeds it back to St. John's blue line. Seymour, over to Facette. Parker trying to steal it. In the corner it goes. Parker throws a check. The puck dumped down the ice again by Mike Adams. Now Paris after it. 8 seconds left in the power play. Paris loses. Oh, Fauché almost stole it in front. The puck controlled by Massena. Now it's controlled by St. John's. Penalty is up. The Raiders a good job penalty killing. And the puck slides in the zone. Here's a chance for Bebo. Shot, and it's steered into the corner. And the save made. Puck comes free to Thompson. We have a whistle, and we have an injured Irishman down on the ice. And Massena did a good job killing that penalty off and got some good chances as well.
Massena's showing some good hustle coming out here early in the third period, creating some chances for themselves, man down.
The Irish player is still down on the ice, and I'm not sure who that is, to tell you the truth. 13:20 left to play in the third period. Still 3-1 for St. John's, but Massena has killed off the penalty. They're back to full strength. And are we going to see the trainer again? I don't know. The injured player getting up rather slowly. Coach talking to him. Okay, that's Ricky. You remember Ricky Strack from Lake Placid? He's the assistant coach, and he was a whale of a goaltender at Lake Placid. Went on to play at Plattsburgh State.
He was a good one.
He's the assistant coach now at St. John's. And the injured player, whoever it was, is up off the ice, and he's okay. And that's good news. That was Holland, I guess. So the faceoff moves outside. Convertini's line coming out from Massena. And we're going to have Kurt Comfort in his line for St. John's. Off the draw. Puck dumped into the Massena zone. Comes to Thompson. Thompson over to Adams. Adams moving it up the line for Fauché. Somebody touched it, so no icing call. This goes deep in St. John's territory. Gagnon with it behind the net now. Starts out. Here comes Gagnon lugging to center ice. Parker, poke, checks it away. Goes back in the zone of St. John's. Parker trying to slide it on the other side to Paris. Paris headman pass goes back in the Massena zone. Thompson is there, feeding Adams. Back to Thompson. Thompson starts out to Parker. Goes by Parker. Goes by everybody, in fact, but Gagnon touched it. Goes deep in the St. John's zone. Goaltender clears it along the boards. Into the slot it comes. Here's Convertini. Can't get the shot out. Following up, it's right in front. Here's Bigelow. Shot right on. Bigelow after it again. The puck bouncing away, and it comes out front. And here comes Dwayne Bebo. Bebo gets by Thompson. The puck slides through. Knocked into the corner. Thompson again after it. Has it poke checked away. They jam for it. Thompson getting a stick on it. Puck comes along the boards. McCracken after it. Now Thompson picks it up. Trying to move it out to center ice. McCracken. Here's McCracken down the right wing side, across the blue line, in the corner. McCracken centering pass. Bigelow can't get the shot off. He's too well tied up. Puck back to Morris. Morris in the corner for Massena, trying to feed Bigelow. Comes to McCracken behind the net. Here's McCracken looking to center it. Knocked off the defenseman's stick, still behind the net. McCracken from Massena has it taken away by Broderick. Broderick says, let's tie it up. He and McCracken do, and we'll have a face-off. That third line did a whale of a job.
Massena is all over him right now. St. John's is getting frustrated. They haven't had a lot to do. Massena's just been pounding at that net.
So maybe Massena can get something going here. 3-1 the score. Massena trailing by 2, but putting on the pressure.
They have to keep this pressure on right now. They can't let St. John's get back their momentum that they had earlier in the second period.
Okay, the face-off will be in the St. John's zone. Holland will draw against Craner. Kevin Craner out with his line mates for Massena. Face-off right side. Now goaltender Colby having an equipment problem, and he's trying to straighten that out. Shots on net are even now at 15 apiece. Okay, here we go for the face-off. Off the draw, puck sits in the circle. They jam at it, goes into the corner. Craner didn't know where it was. Tayo does, takes a whack at it. He and Facette jam. It comes to Holland. Holland's headman out to center ice. Here comes Hay across the blue line. Hay's got it, has it poked away by Feely. Feely comes up with a puck. Good job by John. Behind the net, comes right in front, but it's picked up there by Sidden. Headman to Johnson. Johnson drops it off. Meant for Tayo, goes across the blue line. Tayo gets tied up, and the puck gets dumped down the ice. And apparently somebody touched it on the way through. No icing called as Feely shovels it around the boards. Nobody there for Massena. Back to the point. Here's a drive wide by Seymour. Puck comes to Facette at the other point. Can't control it. Tayo after. Now Facette gets a quick shot. Deflected. Oh, boy. I'll tell you what, DeRushy almost lost that. But Feely comes away with the puck after the save. Starts out for Massena. Feely's headman knocked down. Here's an opportunity across the blue line. Here's Giampetti getting the backhander off. Score. St. John's goes up 4-1. And, you know, it's unfortunate. Massena really was playing well up until that point.
Yep. Giampetti picked off that pass by Feely, and nobody was back for Massena.
Giampetti partially tied up, but he managed to get a backhander off and beat DeRushy, I think, right through between the legs.
Yeah, DeRushy went down, and the puck went right underneath him.
Giampetti. Wood getting the assist. Okay. Off the face-off, Convertini. The whistle blows for some reason. And we'll do it all over again. Well, that's kind of a backbreaker right there. 3-goal disadvantage with 10:58 is going to be tough to come back from. But hey, we got a lot of time. Off the face-off. Here's Convertini. Across the blue line. His shot just wide. The rebound goes into the corner. Giampetti after it. Out to center ice. Mike Adams with it. Adams dumps it back to Fauché. Fauché taken out of the play. Convertini coming up with it. Poke checked away. Comfort. Back into the zone. Broderick, rather. As it goes back in the Massena zone. Adams after it there. In behind the net. Fauché looking to tie it up. Now Adams throws a check. Puck still free. Bounces back to the blue line. Paris. His drive deflected wide. Ooh, just wide. Parker with it. He can't come up with it. In the corner. In behind the net. Centering pass goes all the way back to the point. Here's a shot by Gagnon. Deflected. Oh, hit the goalpost. And big save. Did they call a goal? They called the goal. It makes it 5-1.
And that time, St. John's had 3 players planted in front of Massena's crease.
It makes it 5-1. And that really it was tough before. It's very tough now. Giampetti getting another goal. And Gagnon picking up the assist. And I thought that hit the goalpost and came out, but they ruled it was a goal. The red light did not come on.
No, it didn't come on right away.
But the official ruled it was a goal. And so it's 5-1 St. John's. And, well, going to be awful tough now. Off the face-off. We got a penalty. I think the Irish are going to pick up a holding call there. So Massena will go on the power play. Holding the call.
McCracken was just about tackled down in the corner there.
I think that was, I'm not sure who that was, actually. Who got the gate. We'll find out when they make the announcement. But with 10:03 left, Comfort getting the penalty. Holding the call. So Massena will go on the power play, but now they need more than 1 goal to get back into the game. They need about 3.
It's going to be tough.
But there's still a lot of time, so let's not lose hope yet. Tevin Craner out there with his line mates, Tayo and Johnson. Off the face-off. Puck bouncing around Johnson. There's Jeffrey with a puck across the blue line on the off-wing side. Trying to feed Tayo. Johnson has it poked away. Tayo picking it up. Johnson, his shot right on. The rebound comes back to Tayo. Tayo drops it. Back to the point. Adams. Adams in the corner now. Back to Craner on the fly. Wide. Puck around the boards. Sidden. Sidden in the corner now. He's trying to center it. Goes all the way back to Adams at the point. Here's Mike with a puck. Looking for Craner at the point. Craner winds. His shot. Score! So Massena picks up a power play goal to make it 5-2.
Some nice passing that time by the Red Raiders on the power play.
And I think there's going to be a penalty after the goal. And I'm not sure what the penalty is, but let's wait and see. It's going to go against Massena, I believe. No? No, it's against St. John's.
Well, that's a break for the Redmen.
It's going to go against Colby, apparently. They picked up a couple of penalties. Well, that's one is still in the box from the first penalty. But that penalty with a goal is taken off the board, so Massena stays on the power play. I'll tell you what, if they get another power play goal here, they're back where they were.
They're right back in this with another goal.
Okay. So Massena on the power play again. So Facette gets the penalty. It was a hit after the whistle on Facette, so Massena stays on the power play. Off the face-off, it comes to Tayo. Tayo kind of overskates it. St. John's trying to control it. Comes back to Tayo. Tayo circles, moving it down the ice, along the boards. Here's Tayo across the blue line. Trying to center it. It's dumped down the ice by the Irish. 9:12 left. A lot of time left in this hockey game. Massena down 5-2. Craner picking up the puck. Craner's got both Massena goals, incidentally. It comes to Tayo across the blue line. Feeding Johnson, streaks through the defense. Shot, nice save by Colby. Big chance for Massena. Adams keeps it in at the point. Johnson overskates it. Adams after it, takes a whack at it. Puck still sitting there. Tayo after it. Tayo centers it right across the goal mouth. Knocked down, and it's dumped down the ice by St. John's. Craner back to pick it up now. 45 seconds left in the power play. Craner feeds it across to Adams. Adams to Johnson. Johnson to Tayo across the blue line. Tayo shot. Save made by Colby. Puck in the corner. Back to the point. Kept in there. Here comes Adams into the slot. His big drive. Oh, he hit the goal post. Oh, my. Puck comes back to Tayo. Tayo in the circle. Moving it around. Drop pass. Craner. Craner the drive. Just wide. Puck around the board. Sidden. Sidden shot. Glove by Colby, and he holds on for the face-off. 5-2 the score. St. John's up by 3.
And Massena's come alive here in the third period. Really putting the pressure on St. John's.
Did they call matching minors on that? I hope not. But they did. Paris and Johnson. And they really didn't do much of anything.
Barely even a push in front of the net.
So they call matching minors. But that won't really change anything except get the two players off the ice. It'll still be 5-on-4 hockey for the next 15 seconds. So Massena with 15 seconds of power play. And I don't know what the call was. Roughing probably against both of them. Harris and Johnson. But when there's a matching call with one man in the box already, it stays 4-on-3. Five to 2. St. John's up by 3 with 8:13 left. But Massena's starting to put some more pressure on. They've gotten a goal again to get, well, not back in the game, but semi-back in the game, off the faceoff. Puck goes in the corner, lifted down the ice. Nice play made, but it goes up into the Massena box. So that'll move the faceoff right back. Had that stayed on the ice, it would have been a good play, but it didn't.
Massena needs a quick one here.
They got to get a goal here to get at least back to within 2. Petty with a couple of goals, and it looks like they may turn out to be bigger than at first. It looked like they would be. Okay, face off in the Irish zone, off the draw, back to the point. Sidden tees it up, the shot, glove save. We got a penalty. Who's the penalty? Hit from behind on the Irish. And I think Seymour is going to get the gate for that one. It is. And Massena will have a power play again. Just 4 seconds left in the penalty to Facette. Now Seymour goes off, and Massena will have a 2-man advantage for 4 seconds if they can get a shot off. A hit from behind or a check from behind is the call. Okay, so the Raiders with an opportunity. The door is still open a crack, Bobby.
Game is not over yet. It's a long way to go.
Kevin Craner out there to take the face-off against Jeff Giampetti. 4 seconds left in the first penalty. Off the face-off, Craner can't get it back to the point. St. John's clears it down the ice. That'll take care of one penalty, so it's still a regular power play for Massena. Sidden with the puck now. Headman to Adams. Adams poke checked away. Here comes Giampetti right in front. Shot, fired it just wide. Whoa. Giampetti's a player, isn't he? As St. John's clears the puck down the ice, goes into their own end. Facette after it, in behind the net. Looking to clear it out to center ice, doesn't get it. Tayo steps in front of him, now he loses it, and the Irish dump it down again. In the corner it goes, 58 seconds left in the power play. Here's Adams to Parker. Parker backhand to Tayo. Tayo starts back. Feeding Sidden across the blue line. Sidden trying to go back to Tayo, knocked down in front, lifted down the ice by the Irish again. Craner back for it. We're down to 40 seconds in the penalty. Still 5-2 Irish. Here comes Craner. Gets by some traffic. Here comes Craner. In behind the net, trying to center it. Knocked down. Puck around the boards. Facette dumps it down the ice. In behind the net, Parker picks it up. 19 seconds left in the power play. Out to center ice. Facette dumps it right back in the Massena zone. Now Adams. Trying to feed it to Tayo. Goes to Sidden. Sidden's headman to Parker. Here comes Parker across the blue line. He's got Tayo with him. Drops it to Sidden. Adams now. Adams from Massena gets rubbed out of the play. Tayo picks it up. Looks to center it. Gets it back again. Bounces it high over the cage. It comes to Holland. The penalty is up. And the puck goes down the ice. It'll be an icing call against St. John's. And we're down to 6:23. Massena's still trailing by 3 goals. So the faceoff will move back in the Massena zone. Or I should say back in the St. John's zone.
Giampetti is back out on the ice again. He has just been all over the ice today for St. John's.
He's had a heck of a game. He's played well. He's got
really
a couple
has
of goals.
a nose for the puck.
Sure does. Okay, off the faceoff. Puck in the circle. McCracken can't come up with it. Comes to Giampetti. Giampetti, long headman pass in the zone of Massena. In behind the net. Jerushy stops it, leaves it for Feely. Feely just shovels it. Around for McCracken, poked away. Feely comes after it. Throws a check. It's underneath the Irish player. He gets up. Puck still free. And it comes to Feely. That's Feely rushing it up the ice. Trying to get the shot off. Jake Morris, his shot goes wide. Puck in behind. Around the boards it comes again. Here comes Giampetti back the other way. 5:50 left. He's just going to dump it. He wants off. He's been out a lot this third period. Thompson picking up the puck from Massena. To Morris. Morris loses right in front. Here's Holland. Can't get the shot off. And the puck comes free. After it, McCracken. Now Holland takes it off his stick. Back to the point. Gagnon fakes the shot. Winds up the drive. The save made. The rebound in front. Fired wide by the Irish. And Thompson feeding it ahead for Bigelow. Gagnon at the point. Knocks it down in front. And it comes in behind the net. Feely dumps it. Back to the point. Not out of there. Here's a big drive. Fired wide again. Puck around the boards. Kept in by the Irish. The Irish putting on the pressure now. Feely picks up the puck. Behind his own net from Massena. Trying to feed it out of there. He can't get it out of the zone. Now Wood comes in, throws a check. And the puck squirts free. Comes into the circle. Back to the slot. And it's Hay who dumps it in behind the net. Puck around on the other side now. St. John's controlling it. Gagnon, his shot deflected. Knocked down in front. And we have a whistle. What do you got? Cross check. And it's going to go against Feely. Well, 4:49 left, 5-2, a 3-goal St. John's lead, and Massena picks up a penalty.
They're really making it tough on themselves right now.
Yeah, I'll say. Okay, face-off will come in the Massena zone. Shots are even, 21 apiece. The St. John's coming up with a couple of big goals in this period to make it 5-1. Massena getting a goal, making it 5-2 on the power play. But that's about it. Looks like St. John's, unless Massena can pull a miracle out of their pocket, looks like St. John's might be advancing to the championship game. Here's Adams. Trying to dump it out. It's kept in there. The Irish right in front. Broderick shot score. That'll do it right there.
Broderick barely just got a piece of the puck, and it kind of knuckleballed through Durashi as he was going down on the ice.
That'll do it there.
And he's upset with himself.
So it's 6-2 now for St. John's. The Irish, well, that's a power play goal. Jimmy Kenny comes into the game for Bruce Durashi.
Again, another power play goal.
Yep. St. John's has scored 4 out of their 6 on the power play. So we're down to 4:40 left in the third period. Not much time now. Puck comes to the blue line. Tile picks it up in his own end from Massena. Back pass out to center ice. Dumped right back in. Up into the wall, and the faceoff will move outside. You're listening to WMSA, Massena, New York. And unfortunately, it's beginning to look like it's our last Massena hockey broadcast for this year. We'll have one more tomorrow as it will be Salmon River and Skaneateles for the Division II championship game. Craner will take the face-off against Jim Petty. No, that's Holland, excuse me. Off the face-off, puck dumped back in Massena zone. Kenny stops it, leaves it. Around the boards it goes. Johnson after it for Massena. He can't control it, has to come back. Jeffrey picks up the puck in behind the net. Bounce pass goes to Tayo. Tayo starts out, back to Johnson, give and go. Here comes Johnson across the blue line, trying to dipsy-doodle through the middle, knocked off the puck. Comes back to the blue line, Sidden keeps it in. Backhand into the corner, and it's out to center ice. Here comes Holland, gets by Adams, chasing it down in the corner, but Tayo's back to put him into the boards, and Johnson picks up the puck. Here's Johnson, long headman pass, feeds Craner. Craner breaks through and gets bodied into the boards, now trying to dump it back to the blue line. Johnson in there, can't come up with it, and the Irish ice the puck. That'll be an icing and bring the faceoff back in the Irish zone.
St. John's is going to get a holding penalty. Hay, I believe.
So Hay goes off for holding, but unless Massena can score 4 power play goals in 1 power play, it's not going to be too easy.
Massena needs a miracle right now.
Okay. Face-off will be to the left side of goaltender Jared Cole. Colby's been pretty good.
Yes, he has.
He's made some big saves. Massena's had some chances, and Colby has made some good saves.
As you said before, the shots are almost even.
But the problem is you cannot give up 6 goals and hope to win. Massena waiting. They need another man out there. They got him now. Sidden comes out. Massena putting the second line out there now. Comfort will take the faceoff off the draw. Parker back to the point. Thompson shot deflected over the net. Around the glass it goes. And it's dumped out to center ice. Thompson legging after it in the Massena zone. In behind the net, taken out of the play. And the faceoff will move outside as Thompson is down. Got hit in the back that time. He's still down behind the net. And the trainer comes out now. Timmy Long coming over. We're down to 3:18 left to play in the third period. St. John's leading Massena 6-2. Unfortunately for the Raiders, they didn't play the kind of game they played last week.
No, they didn't come out and do all the good things that they did against Suffern last week.
Thompson is still down behind the net. He's kind of up on his St. John's. I believe the team is going to stay tonight, but I don't imagine it's going to be a happy Massena camp tonight, Bobby.
No, I don't think so. Be some awful long faces.
So unfortunately, we only have one game tomorrow. We're hoping to have two for you, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out that way unless miracles happen. Back to the point. Here's a shot. Didn't get through. And it comes to Bebo. Bebo gets knocked down by Fauché. The puck bounces back into the corner, Massena zone. Sidden for the Raiders. Sidden starts out right side. Long headman pass on the stick of Parker. Parker to Convertini. Across the blue line. Convertini gets it in the slot. Can't get the shot off. And the puck is underneath the Irish. Now it pokes free and bounces in behind the net. Going to be a penalty. And a hit from behind on Parker, I believe. And that'll even things up here. Yep, that's what it is. So Parker gets a hit from behind, and that'll even things up. I think probably what we try to do here is play the rest of this game without anybody getting hurt.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll be the case, because the Irish, of course, will be going up against Rome tomorrow.
They're going to need everybody that they have.
That's for sure. That Rome team is outstanding.
They look quite a bit bigger than St. John's does.
Well, St. John's, except for their defense, is not a big team.
Yeah.
Here comes Tayo across the blue line, trying to knock it down, but it's back to the blue line and out to center ice. The Irish control it. Stolen away by Johnson. Now Giampetti. Giampetti feeds it deep in the Massena zone. 2.5 left to play. Thompson around the boards it goes. Passett now trying to move it in. Picked up by Adams. Adams, cross-ice pass, Thompson. Thompson to Tayo. Jeffrey takes it across the blue line. Trying to get the shot off, takes it wide now. Centering pass, Johnson in the slot, score!
Nice play by Tayo and Johnson. Tayo drew the wing back checking down into the corner. Dished it off to Johnson. Tucked it away.
6-3 the score now. St. John's leading, but can you score 3 goals in 2 minutes and 19 seconds? Quenty Sidden said, yep. Well, let's see. Who knows? It can be done, he says. Of course, you know, you got to figure St. John's thinks they got this one in the bag, so, you know, they're not playing quite as hard, so maybe you can poke another one in here, make it a 2-goal game, and who knows?
Yeah, they have slowed down here in the last 5 minutes or so.
So Johnson gets the goal from Tayo. That was a good goal. But unfortunately, it may have come a little too late. 6-3 the score. Off the face-off. Puck comes to Sidden. Sidden at the Massena blue line trying to get to Bigelow. Bigelow comes in the pile. And the puck's still free. Paris takes a whack at it. Comes out to center ice. Paris again. He and Bigelow jam for it. Puck slides free. And it's controlled by Jake Morris, who overskates it. Now picked up by Hay. Less than 2 minutes to play here to Paris. Paris drops it over on the other side. Gagno to Giampetti. He takes it into the zone. Backhander. Kenny gloves it. Come on, don't hold on to it, Jimmy. But he does. And the faceoff will come in the Massena zone. .147 left probably in the Massena season. 6-3 the score. St. John's leading the Raiders. Craner's back out there to face off against Comfort. Off the draw. The puck bounces back to the blue line out to center ice. Of course, Massena's killing a penalty here, so they can dump it down the ice. I guess that's one small consolation.
Yep.
The St. John's controls it out to center ice, back into the Massena zone. And Adams picking it up there. Poked away from him. Around the boards it comes. Passett. Passett now. Cross ice pass. Bebo. Bebo shot. Kenny makes the save and holds on. 1:19 left. Still 6-3 St. John's. Faceoff will come to the left side. So Massena scoring once in the second, twice more in the third. St. John's scoring twice in the first, once in the second, and they have gotten 3 here in the third period. 2 of them right next to each other, within a minute of each other, and that was the difference right there. The 2 goals by Giampetti.
Took the wind out of Massena's sails.
Messena looked like they might be coming back. Here's a quick shot by Broderick, goes wide off the faceoff. Johnson after it, can't control it, bounces back down the ice, and that'll be an icing call against Massena. No, they wave it off. Craner after it, in behind the net, gets tied up. Tayo steps in front of it, centers it back to the point. Thompson to Adams. Adams' shot goes way wide. Puck goes to Johnson in the circle. Left side of the goalie. Center pass goes to Tile. Backhander knocked down. Puck bounce. Oh, just wide. Big chance there. And we have a whistle. What do we got? I don't know what we have. The whistle blew. Man in the crease, maybe? With 49 seconds left, or did they call a penalty? They called a penalty on Craner, apparently. Yep. Yep, that's it. A penalty on Craner. So we've got 49 seconds left in the Massena season. 6-3 St. John's.
A little bit of frustration coming out.
Yep. So Tile will take the face-off. Now Massena was going to make a change, but referee says no way. So they send him back off again. Or do they let him stay on? Timeout. So Massena's going to call a timeout here. That's interesting. Massena down a man again. Off the draw, comes back in the Irish zone. Seymour moving it ahead to Holland. Across the blue line. His pass knocked down. Puck bounces into the corner. We're down to 40 seconds. Into the slot it comes. Here comes Sidden to Johnson. Johnson had the puck get away from him. Back to the Irish blue line. Now here comes Giampetti back the other way. His shot goes right across the goal mouth. Nobody there. Hard check thrown. Tile picks up the puck. Gets it out to center ice. What do we got? A high stick? They called Johnson for a high stick. Well, I can't really complain about the officiating, though, because it's gone both ways.
Yeah, it really has. But at this point in the game,
that was a foolish penalty to call, I would think.
I mean, it wasn't flagrant, and there's only 21 seconds left.
Off the face-off, St. John's controls it. They dump it back. They're just going to waste time here. Down the ice it goes. That'll be an icing call. Well, they wave that one off. Around the boards it goes. And it's controlled by Fauché. He whacks at it down the ice. That'll take care of it right there. So the Irish are going to be against Rome in the finals tomorrow at about 3:30 as St. John's beats Massena 6-3 in the Division I semifinal. 6-3 the final score, so we'll only have one game for you tomorrow on WMSA. Before we take a look at the scoring statistics, let's tell you about some of our sponsors for today's broadcast. St. Lawrence Auto Club, Reynolds Metals, North Country Savings Bank, Jefferson National Bank, Collins Brothers, A-Plus Mini Market, North Country Chevy Dealers, Paris Excavating, Patterson Auto Parts, Frenchie Chevrolet, Stan's Men's and Ladies Carriage Shop, Massena Value Right, Seacom Federal Credit Union, the Massena Savings and Loan, and Homestead Dairy. So it's a 6-3 final for St. John's. The Irish will take on Rome in the championship game tomorrow afternoon. In the third period, St. John's took a 4-1 lead. No, check that. Massena made it 3-2. No, it was a 4-1 lead as Jeff Giampetti scored, and then a 5-1 lead as Giampetti scored again.